Moderna has been conducting investigational trials of their mRNA personalized cancer vaccine. Here's how it is supposed to work. They take cancerous cells from the tumor in a person and do genetic sequencing looking for abnormal proteins. When they find those abnormal proteins, they pick one and then concoct mRNA that is coded to have normal human cells make that protein. They then inject the cancerous person with that mRNA. The idea is that an immune response will be created against that protein. Ultimately, cytotoxic T cells will be able to recognize cancerous cells that have that protein and destroy them, eliminating the cancer. Sounds good, right? Okay, let's think this through. They must get the mRNA into cells. How do they do that? Exactly the way they did it with the COVID shot. Encapsulate the mRNA in lipid nanoparticles that will go everywhere. Now you've got normal cells all along the vascular system and in organ tissues, including the brain, that will be cranking out the abnormal protein. The immune system's reaction to that will be to destroy those normal cells through the actions of cytotoxic T cells. Depending on where this destruction takes place and how much of it occurs, none of which can be predicted, various pathologies will occur. Here's how that works. As mRNA-coded proteins are being made, parts of these non-self proteins are displayed on MHC class I sites on the cells that are making them. Activated cytotoxic T cells will detect this foreign protein production and destroy the cells before the proteins ever get released by the cells. Properly activated cytotoxic T cells will destroy cancerous cells for sure, but be warned. Normal healthy cells that are making the foreign protein will be attacked as well. They're going about this the wrong way. They will learn the hard way that we don't want to be making more abnormal proteins. We want to enhance the ability of the immune system to be able to recognize the abnormal proteins that are already being produced by cancerous cells. Here's what's coming next. They are going to convince you that they can concoct mRNA to code for normal proteins like insulin, inject it into people who can't make insulin, and cure diabetes. That sounds good, but remember, they must get that mRNA into your cells. They do that with a non-toxic fat bubble cleverly wrapped in cholesterol and DSPC, normal body fats, so it will be willingly accepted by all cells of the body. Inside that fat bubble are smaller fat bubbles that contain the mRNA. Unfortunately, these smaller fat bubbles are toxic, get left behind after the mRNA is released, can accumulate in certain tissues, and disrupt the mitochondria of those cells, affecting the functions of those cells. So, the insulin coded by the injected mRNA is a normal protein, meaning the immune system will probably not attack the cells that are making it. But another problem arises. Now you have cells in the body making insulin that shouldn't be making insulin. Causing insulin production in cells that don't normally make insulin could have consequences. First, the production of insulin is tightly regulated by the endocrine system. This regulation could easily get disrupted, leading to imbalances in glucose homeostasis and potential adverse effects. Second, cells have specialized functions, and shifting their functions to make insulin may interfere with their normal roles. Third, even though the protein produced is a normal protein, the mRNA that codes for that protein does not belong in certain cells. Toll-like receptors may identify the presence of this mRNA and call for those cells to be destroyed. Last, if too much insulin gets made by various cell types, the body might not be able to regulate its production, leading to hypoglycemia or low blood sugar. Friends, mRNA technology is not going to save us from our self-induced chronic illnesses, nor will it prevent communicable diseases. And it could cause more cancer rather than cure it due to genetic integration of DNA contaminants. We have got to stop trying to outsmart God, or we're headed for serious trouble. As always, thanks for watching, and thanks for staying smart.